Thank you, Sam. Welcome to the NCAA Regional Semifinal on ESPN. Ready for our second semi here at Gregory Gym in Austin, Texas. And it should be a great one. The Wisconsin Badgers set to take on the Stanford Cardinal. The winner to take on Texas Sunday afternoon. The host Longhorns with a sweep over Indiana a short time ago. Great to have you back with us here in Austin alongside Emily Eman. I'm Eric Freed, and we are very excited about this matchup. Two teams that you can easily make a case for playing for a national championship next week.
And what a treat. We get Wisconsin against Stanford, two powerhouses this early on that both look like they could win a national championship in a week. And if you like firepower, this is the match for you because the offense is going to be awesome. Wisconsin's the most terminal offensive team in the country, and Stanford, although they're the youngest team in Power Conference play, they boast a great offense that's only gotten better this year.
Stanford is led by one of the most established players and stars in the sport of volleyball, Elia Rubin, the senior, ready to lead the Cardinal onto the court.
Elia Rubin's been a staple of Stanford's offense for 4 straight years and has only gotten more lethal. She's rangy, explosive, and sees the blockers so well. Watch the way that Rubin takes over a match in crunch time because she plays absolutely fearless in big moments.
On the other side, Wisconsin is led by Mimi Collier.
Mimi Collier's new to Wisconsin this year, but she's seen even more dominance after 3 All-American seasons. Collier's one of the most physical outsides in the game that can overpower defenses and can also hit some pretty nasty shots that only get harder to defend when she's in the back row. That's led her to be the 3rd most terminal attacker in the country.
You see the numbers for Rubin and Collier. We expect these heavyweights to go swing for swing against each other here today. The question for Stanford is who is going to be setting things up? And with the answer, here's Michaela Chester.
Well, big news for Stanford because Logan Parks is back after missing the last 2 matches in the tournament due to injury. She earned the starting role this season with her competitiveness, and head coach Kevin Hambley says we're better when she's in. In the biggest moments, she steps up, never seems overwhelmed by the lights. Logan went full go in practice this week, and she does it all. Sets the middles, serves, blocks, defends. Hambley says she's our setter, and the whole team loves competing with her on the floor. Elia agreed, telling me their connection is special, and she makes the entire team confident and ready to fight alongside her.
Stanford in round 1 beat Utah Valley in 4, and in round 2, they got a victory in 4 as well against Arizona at Maples. Wisconsin bringing out the black jerseys here today. That's an interesting look.
They look crisp out there. One of the reasons is they played so well in the Florida match in the Kohl Center earlier. Just the 2nd time since 1999 they've worn them. Feel pretty confident in what they're wearing.
Kelly Sheffield's the head coach, winning it all in 2021. This team has won 11 matches in a row, and during that 11-match winning streak, they've lost just 2 sets. Stanford has won 6 in a row, the co-champs in the ACC. Kevin Hambley, the ACC Coach of the Year, as the Cardinals just wrapped up their 2nd year playing in the ACC and winning national championships with the Cardinal in 2018 and 2019. We are thrilled to bring this one to you today. It is Stanford serving to Wisconsin, and we're underway, set 1 in the best of 5. Good spot by Jordan Harvey. Gets the first point of the match for Stanford.
Something to watch for Stanford is how well Logan Parks, the setter, number 24 in white, is locating her attackers early on after missing those 2 matches to injury.
Parks with the service error, and Wisconsin's on the board.
So massive to have Parks back out there for Stanford because she just brings the offense to a new level with her ability to get her hitters in good situations.
Kristen Simons, the libero for Wisconsin, outstanding freshman season, averaging 5.2 digs a set through the first 2 rounds for Wisconsin. Charlie Furbringer is the outstanding setter for Wisconsin. She gets an assist to Collier.
So massive for Wisconsin to have their setter back in the lineup after she missed about a month of play earlier on this season. Since then, this team has only lost 2 sets.
Furbringer was injured against Michigan October 5th, a shoulder injury. That one goes long. The miss by Julia Blashoff, and a point for Wisconsin.
question of whether Kevin Hamley was going to challenge this or not. It feels a little bit early on to maybe pull out that challenge card. Even though based on that look, it looked pretty in.
That one will drop in. A point for Stanford as Blashoff comes through having just a fantastic sophomore season, played in just 11 sets in 2023 before a season-ending injury. Didn't play at all last year, but she has been an impact player for Stanford.
Blashoff's been incredibly impactful, and what Kevin Hamley says is he's given her more opportunities and responsibilities as Wisconsin puts that ball down, and she's lived up to it, which is massive for a player really getting her first year starting.
She's lived up to it. You have to look up to see Carter Booth, the 6'7" middle, drops the hammer for her first kill.
When Carter Booth is in the game, it changes the way that teams run their offense and defense because you have to avoid Carter Booth at all costs, number 52 in black.
Furbinger coming off that shoulder injury, has it wrapped pretty snugly. Floats the serve over, now ready to set. To Booth.
Carter Booth already an All-American, but when she has Charlie Furbinger in this game, her game elevates even more because the connection between the two has gotten so much better in the last 12 months.
Parks sets it right side. Good diving play to keep it up by Vagic. And Wisconsin's got another point. Great start for the Badgers.
Typically, the key for any team playing Wisconsin is limiting Mimi Collier's efficiency. She's hitting 340 on the year. That is way above what you typically see from left side attackers. She's the key to their offense. Slowing her down is key to taking down Wisconsin.
That won't make it over the net. That ends the 3-0 run and gives the point to the Cardinals. Stanford will send their talented freshman libero Spencer Etzler back to serve. 7 aces through the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. Good swing by Grace Egan.
Grace Egan has such a fast arm. Her ability to get on top of the set and smash it down is so quick. Watch her arm swing, even with a fast set, able to get on top of it.
Collier back to serve. Service error number 2 for Wisconsin.
You might see Wisconsin make a few more service errors than normal. Because Stanford is such a good passing team, you have to serve tougher to try to get them out of their rhythm and slow down the Cardinal offense.
This is an ace for Stanford.
Jordan Harvey's serve is so difficult to pass because it comes pretty much straight down and has almost no spin on it, so you never really know right where it's going.
37 aces now on the season. Vagic. Rubin couldn't handle it, and it's a point for Wisconsin. Una Vagic averaging 3.7 kills a set in the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. She was at 2.7 in the regular season, so she's been good in the postseason.
Yeah, and this is a player that had a year and a half off after essentially blowing out her knee earlier. She's now getting comfortable back on the court, and that's peaking at the right time for the redshirt sophomore.
Double-digit kills in 7 of her last 8 matches for the Badgers. Parks with the set. And that's going to be a violation on Wisconsin. Give the point to Stanford. Lizzie Andrew in the middle. Allie Andrew will be in the middle on the other side, and they are on the court together, the Andrew sisters, right now. 17 black, 11 in white. Tied at the nets, and it is the younger of the Andrew sisters, Lizzie, with the kill.
I mean, how cool to go up against your older sister, Lizzie, who's done such a good job this season taking over. Now gets to face her sister up front.
There's Allie, who played at Baylor before coming to Wisconsin this year. Furbinger goes to Allie Andrew at the net. That's going to give a point to Wisconsin. McKella.
Well, you mentioned the Andrews sisters. Yesterday was the first time they had seen each other since April. I was actually talking to Lizzie when Allie arrived, and they could not stop hugging each other. Just so excited to see each other. When they found out they were going to play, they were filled with joy. Their parents are here and have sweatshirts that they got custom made with Wisconsin and Stanford on them. I got to talk to Dan and Rachel, her mom and dad, before the match, and they said they got chills when they found out they were going to be playing together. But they are disappointed that one will have to go home. So they're cheering for a 5-set match, both daughters to have a great night. And you know what? They're probably the only two people in this entire arena that are going to be cheering for every point.
Thank you, Michaela. We saw the embrace for the two sisters when they arrived in their overlapping practices.
I think the question then becomes, what happens on Sunday? Do they have to bring a bunch of Stanford and Wisconsin gear just in case?
Well, obviously they have their
normal
screen
attire?
printer on call just to print something up tomorrow if needed. You never know. That one just cleared the net. A couple of service errors here in the first set for Wisconsin. That's going to be out of play. 3 service errors in all for Wisconsin. This is a Stanford team that we have talked about over the last couple of years. Kevin Hambley wants his team to be really aggressive on the serve. He is willing to put up with plenty of service errors because he feels like you just have to put that kind of pressure on the other team. Collier. Again. Off hands, and that will fall in. Point Wisconsin.
Amy Collier already 4 for 6 on swings. Stanford not doing a great job defending her cross-court shot. So that right front blocker needs to move in just a little bit more to take it away.
Collier, of course, experienced playing in the Pac-12 with Oregon when Stanford was in the Pac-12. Rubin and Collier going head-to-head for a couple years. Collier with another swing and another points for Wisconsin. 5 early kills for Mimi Collier.
Collier again just beating the block inside, even in an out-of-system situation where Stanford's block has time to set up, not being disciplined enough to shut it down.
Wisconsin beat North Carolina in round 2. There's an ace, and it's all Wisconsin right now. 13-9 Wisconsin in that win against North Carolina. Collier had 8 kills in set 1, 8 kills in set 2, got off to a great start, finished with 22 in the win for Wisconsin over the Tar Heels. Overpass, chance here for Wisconsin to add to their lead. Furbringer took a peek across the net for a spot to dump it, found that spot, and Wisconsin is on top by 5.
Kelly Sheffield has been trying to get Charlie Furbringer to be more offensive as the year's gone on. Love the aggressive play from her, not to just go up and put an easy one in.
That's her 50th kill this season. To the middle, Booth found the spot and dropped it in. It's a run for Wisconsin at the media timeout. 5 straight points for Kelly Sheffield's team. Welcome back to Austin. Great start for Wisconsin. Set 1 of the best of 5 on top of Stanford at the media timeout. 15-9. We mentioned before Charlie Furbringer suffering a shoulder injury. October 5th against Michigan, missed 9 full matches. And Wisconsin went 6-3 without her. What difference has she made for this team over these last few weeks since she's been back?
Oh, it's a massive difference. The biggest thing is just looking at those offensive numbers. Wisconsin is more terminal and more efficient when Charlie Furbringer is leading.
Out of the timeout, Erica Sayer gets the kill. 4 on Charlie. Here's McKella.
I listened into the Stanford huddle. Kevin Hambley said, "We are jumpy with our eyes right now. We're missing their hitters. We're missing the setter. This all starts with the eyes from this point out," Emily.
Wisconsin gets the point to go up by 6. Quiet as the Greg's been all day. Had a sellout crowd here for match number 1 between Texas and Indiana. Texas with the sweep to reach the regional final. playing the winner of this match coming up on Sunday with a spot in Kansas City on the line. Collier, oh, great job, and it is over. Good save by Stanford. Booth was denied. Egan denied. Collier not to be denied. Six kill.
Stanford's defensive intensity picking up both in the back and in the front court. Great save from the defense here. Parks to put it over, but Collier just better with that quick swing.
Senior from Lincoln, California, with the serve. Egan with the swing. Rubin looking for her first kill. Another chance for Rubin. And this time she gets it and is on the board.
Big defensive plays on both sides. This time, Kristen Simon, the libero for Wisconsin. Incredible diving save up in the back row with one hand. And then Rubin, the heavy hitter for Stanford, finds a way to put it down.
Bayagich off hands, drops in for another Wisconsin point.
The left side attack having a lot of success for Wisconsin right now. The blocker is just not quite in the right spot on Stanford's side. A lot of balls hitting it, going straight down.
Freshman Natalie Wardlow will come on to serve. 21 aces on the season. Serves it to Rubin. Andrew, Lizzie Andrew with the kill.
Good run from Andrew, going off 1 foot behind the setter. That's something that's really developed in Stanford's arsenal as a great go-to attack.
Rubin, throughout her career, has been excellent on the serve. 150 career aces. But Wisconsin sides out again. They're siding out at nearly 80% here in the first set, Emily.
The goal is 55% side out. That means Wisconsin is way above that, passing really well, and Furbringer getting her attackers in great positions.
Grace Egan in her first season with Wisconsin after transferring over from Ohio State. Collier, soft touch, 7th kill.
Maybe Collier can do it all. What a smart play. Having that right side blocker help for Stanford. Big hole right behind him for her to put it in.
Timeout called by Stanford as Wisconsin is the first team to 20 here in this first set. They are up by 7. What has helped Wisconsin look so dominant here in this first set?
Well, the offense is absolutely firing. They have 17 kills already, hitting almost 700. Stanford hasn't had any kind of an answer defensively for what Wisconsin's throwing their way. For the Cardinal, though, they're hitting really well. They're hitting almost 500 themselves. They just haven't had that defense to back it up.
471 hitting for Stanford, but that is nothing compared to the 654, as I mentioned, for Wisconsin. And coming in to this match, Wisconsin was second in Division I, hitting at 322 on the season. In 365 against North Carolina. 365 against North Carolina is a really good number, considering North Carolina is a really good defensive, good blocking team.
Yeah, North Carolina came out firing, and Kelly Sheffield, the head coach for Wisconsin, talked about how that was the toughest second-round opponent that he has ever faced at Wisconsin, which is saying a lot for as decorated of a program as Wisconsin is. It wasn't easy to get that 3-0 win against North Carolina, but the Badgers really dug in.
Stanford uses their first of 2 timeouts here in this set. Charlie Furbringer, 16 assists so far for Wisconsin. Stanford got it to 10-9 here in the first set, but then Wisconsin has pulled away, outscoring them 10-4 since that time, and up by 7 in serving here in set 1. Rubin from the back row. Collier couldn't reach it. Point for the Cardinal.
Even with 3 blockers up, Elia Rubin is able to get a kill from the back row. That is super difficult to do when you have 6 big hands up. She swung high at the fingertips and got the kill.
Coco Kirsch to serve for Stanford. Service error number 2 for Stanford. Gives the point to Wisconsin, getting late here in set 1.
Now to bring Mimi Collier back to the front line, number 15 in black, Wisconsin's go-to attacker.
Collier on the tough angle, took aim at Blashoff and got another kill.
What a slice from Mimi Collier. The way that she's able to get on top of this ball and finish her hand, right thumb down to slice it in, is so impressive, and why she's one of the toughest to defend in the country.
Wisconsin is error-free on their attacks here in the first set. Blashoff off hands. Furbringer has it. Wisconsin says touch. Officials say no touch. Does Kelly Sheffield go for the green challenge card?
I don't know if this is something that you want to potentially waste a challenge on this early on when you're up 7 in a set.
Good point.
Definitely a touch on there, but again, probably not worth it for Sheffield.
So it would have been reversed if they decided to, but again, the score tells the story. Up by 7. Collier's got another one. That's 9 kills. Just that one error that would have been taken off the board if Wisconsin had challenged here in the first set.
Technically errorless, but on the stat sheet, she's got 1.
4 service errors for Wisconsin. About the only thing you'd look at and say, well, that's one thing you'd like to clean up after the set if you're Kelly Sheffield. Can't find much fault with anything else. 562 hitting for Wisconsin. Ooh, there's the block for Stanford. Harvey at the net.
This is Stanford's serve working really well with their block because Blashoff is putting in a really hard serve. That knocks Wisconsin out of system, and Collier's the only option on a high ball.
That one gets away from Blashoff. It's a point for Wisconsin. Set point Badgers. Furbringer for the set. Furbringer found her middle. Carter Booth knows what to do with it, and Wisconsin dominates in set 1.
Badgers absolutely rolling through set 1, hitting over 500. This offense looks like some of the best in the country with the weapons they have, especially Collier, 9 kills in set 1.
Wisconsin has been rolling since the loss to Nebraska on Halloween night. 11 consecutive match wins. They've lost just 2 sets in that time. They dominate in set 1, taking down Stanford.
When you say Wisconsin volleyball, that means something, and people know what that means.
Learning about this culture for a whole year made me realize how big is this university and how big is to play for this team.
The reason I really wanted to come here was because of the epic atmosphere. I mean, the fan base is amazing.
I knew that Wisconsin had a history of being successful and of chasing success.
I wanted to ultimately win a national championship, and I knew that this was the place I could do that.
I wanted to be at a school where we were the big dogs.
Every time I put on that Wisconsin jersey, it's trying to live up to that culture and also continue its legacy.
6 trips to the national semifinals, 13th straight regional semifinal for Kelly Sheffield's team, and they've been very good when winning that first set. They were without their star setter when they lost to USC on the 19th of October. To you, Emily Eamon, and you follow this program very closely through the years. What stands out? What makes it different for Wisconsin?
I think the way that Kelly Sheffield is able to get his teams to peak at the right time, but also instilling confidence in them that they can win a national championship every year despite whoever's out on the court. You think about this season, Wisconsin lost 85% of their offensive production last year, and he put together this group that has done a phenomenal job. I think it's one of the reasons why Kelly Sheffield is the best in the game, because he's able to get teams consistently to the top.
It's going to be a violation on Stanford. First point of the second set goes to Wisconsin. Badgers hitting 514 in set one, and they sided out at a 78% clip. Again, Emily says if you're at 55%, that's good.
That's great.
On the slide, denied by Wisconsin. Collier had 9 kills in set one, keeps it going in set two.
Wisconsin picking up right where they left off, going back to Collier outside, changing up the speed of these sets, the location of these sets, and it's making it really difficult for Stanford to get hands up on.
You can't stop her. This is her 18th consecutive match with double-digit kills. That's touched, and it's going to be a point for Stanford.
The biggest thing for the Cardinal this set is keeping the offense where it is. They did a phenomenal job at attacking during the last one, over 300. They just need to pick up the defense.
An ace will help them build a little momentum as Logan Park serves it up.
Big serve from Park, swing right after the seam. Really good job targeting.
Michaela talked about it. Logan didn't play the first 2 rounds. Her last game at Louisville, the regular season finale, she played fantastic volleyball. 64 assists, a career high, as Stanford locked up a share of the ACC championship with Pittsburgh. Simon with the serve. Parks with the sets to Erica Sayre. Such a young Stanford team. We talked about the senior Rubin, but you got a player like Sayre, a freshman, who has had such an impact up front for Stanford.
It is so difficult to come in as a middle, as a freshman, and dominate in the way that Erica Sayre does on both sides of the ball.
Somehow, that didn't drop in for an ace. Was there a touch? No. Great job, Wisconsin, defensively to keep that up and get the point.
Wisconsin is just a gritty team. It's like you think the ball is down. They're all so good back there. They find a way to get under it and keep it alive.
Berberger. Rubin, the senior, with the swing and the kill.
I think Stanford could even feed Elia Rubin a lot more sets in terms of the balance of this offense. They're getting everybody involved, but in a moment like this, in a game like this, you want to rely on your senior outside who's going to go down swinging.
She has just 6 of their 31 total attempts so far. Booth quickly in the middle with the kill.
It's great for Stanford to have a player like Elia Rubin. They need to use her in this moment. You look at a team like Wisconsin, you can set Mimi Collier and expect her to get a kill every time. Balance is great, but you need someone to take over too.
Collier with the service error. That's number 5 for Wisconsin. Tied at 5 here in the second set. Couldn't put it over the net, and Stanford has a lead over Wisconsin. That's touched. Point Wisconsin, the kill for Vajic.
Much better swing from Vajic that time. Swinging high, going for hands, and clipping fingertips to send it out.
Natalie Wardlow back on to serve. That is in. Will there be a challenge by Stanford? It was right in front of the Stanford bench. Kevin Hambley turned to his players and they said, don't do it. So it's an ace for Wardlow. That's her 22nd this season. Second of the tournament. On the slide, good work done by Lizzie Andrew for the Cardinal.
Much better adjustment from Rubin on that pass, stepping right into the seam so she could take control over Blashoff.
Rubin the serve. Furbringer goes to Collier out of the back row, who can't connect. Stanford back in front.
Typically, Wisconsin's back row attacks are really lethal against teams, but the way that Stanford blocks and the heightened emphasis that they put on blocking the back row attack, you might not see as many kills back there from Collier as you typically do.
Ace for Rubin. 46th this season, 151st of her illustrious Stanford career. Vajic. That's her 5th kill.
Vajic has really come alive as the season's gone on, has just gotten so much more comfortable playing that outside position. You can see that reflected in her numbers, getting more and more efficient each game.
12 kills against North Carolina in that sweep, hit .435 in the round 2 win in Madison. Here she is again. Blashoff, Furbringer kept it up, sent over by Simon. Once again, Parks goes to Andrew on the slide, and Stanford gets the point.
Great defense. Wisconsin trying to do everything they can to keep this alive. Andrew, though, on this slide has been so good off of 1 foot.
Coco Kirsch on the serve. Off one of the championship banners here at Gregory we play on. Hustle play, Rubin tried, just couldn't keep it in play. Wisconsin gets the point.
Really good hustle on Wisconsin's side. Grace Egan tracked that so well, coming down off of the banner, sent it out.
Parks set it for Harvey on the back row attack.
So useful for Stanford to have back row attack options in this rotation. They have Rubin back there. They also had Harvey, so 2 great weapons in the back row.
Parks with the serve. Furbringer set it up to Allie Andrew for the kill.
Smart decision from Andrew, seeing so much space right behind the block in the middle of the court where there's no defender in sight.
Overpass, Carter Booth made easy work of it.
Anytime Carter Booth is up at the net, the opponent has to make sure they're keeping the ball off of it. Booth is going to win those jousts every time at 6-7.
One of the co-captains of this Wisconsin team, along with the sophomore setter Charlie Furbringer. 4th regional semifinal for Carter Booth. That's up. Great save by Simon. Blashoff with the kill.
Beautiful swing from Blashoff. Good up on Wisconsin's side. Simon comes flying through to get the pancake and sends it over. Then Blashoff right down this line, sneaking it by the blockers rather.
Blashoff with 4 kills. She's serving now for Stanford. Collier. 12 kills now for Mimi Collier.
If Wisconsin's in need of a point, they're going to go to Mimi Collier every time. Relying on her, though, a little bit less this set.
5.3 kills a set total for the season. 5.3 kills per set in the NCAA tournament. And she's averaging 6 kills a set here today. Stanford answers back with a point to go back in front by 1.
Big swing from Harvey on that ball. Collier was in a good position, but Harvey got on top of it just a little bit quicker.
Spencer Etzler, first team all-conference selection as a freshman in the ACC. Booth with the kill.
Carter Booth right now is 8 for 9. No errors. Any chance that Charlie Furbringer can get to get 52 the ball, she's got to do it.
Rubin answers back for Stanford.
How about that shot from Rubin, slicing it inside the block? That's really difficult to do when you have Carter Booth up front because she's taking up so much space.
Collier couldn't handle that serve. It's another ace for Stanford. That's the 4th for the Cardinal. And we hit the media timeout with Stanford on top by 2 over Wisconsin down the set in Austin. We talked about the sister battle in this matchup between Stanford and Wisconsin, the Andrew sisters. We could have a sister battle in the regional final coming up on Sunday. See on the right there? That is Taylor Harvey, the freshman for Texas. Her sister, Jordan, is playing for Stanford. So if Jordan wins here today, it will be Stanford against Texas, and the Harveys will have a decision to make. The decision was easy today because Dad Anthony just had to take off the Texas shirt to be ready with the Stanford shirt for this match.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, Eric.
If there's a showdown between the Harvey sisters on Sunday, they're going to have to talk to the Andrew family about how to make these special edition shirts.
They've got to get something printed real quick, unless they're already prepared.
Could be. Jordan's been outstanding, 2nd team all-conference selection in the ACC for a 2nd straight year. Stanford last year beat Florida in the regional semifinal, but their 12-match winning streak was ended by Louisville in the regional final. Playing in the regional semifinal here today against Wisconsin. Wisconsin can't get the point here, and Stanford has the lead. McKella.
I listened into that last Wisconsin huddle, and Carter Booth was the biggest voice. And guys, she was fired up. She was looking at every single player in the eye saying, we destroyed them in the first set. Let's get back to there. We got to be bigger and better. Coach came in and said, looked at Mimi Collier, said the line shot is there with Harvey and Sayer on the other side of the net. Looking at Mimi Collier. So look for that line shot a little bit more, Emily. And he wants them to play relaxed defense.
Mimi Collier right now, 15 in black in the back row, but watch when she rotates back up. She's been slicing it inside, now wanting to go down the line.
So Wisconsin will take a timeout in set 1. To McKella's point, Wisconsin hit 5-14. Collier had 9 kills. Collier does have 3 kills here in set 2, but it's Stanford in front, forcing the Wisconsin timeout here in the 2nd. Beats their first meeting in 6 years. And Kansas and Nebraska will follow. Nebraska, of course, 32-0. They've lost just 7 sets total this season. Texas with a win in the regional semifinal. They'll take on the winner of this match between Stanford and Wisconsin. Being led right now, Emily Eman, by Stanford. What adjustments have the Cardinal made here to go in front here in set 2?
Stanford's serving so much harder. They're finding ways to score off of their serve. They have 3 aces during this set alone as they put that one down, but they're knocking Wisconsin a bit out of their rhythm. Even though Wisconsin looks pretty good offensively, Stanford just scoring from the end line.
numbers can sometimes be deceiving because Wisconsin is out hitting Stanford this set, 471 to 429. Vajagic ends the 3-0 Stanford run.
Just been blow for blow right now. We talked about how good the offense was going to be headed into this match, and it's delivering.
And Emily, you talked about Vajagic earlier with that bad knee injury that kind of took a toll on her career. She said that was actually the reason she decided to come play volleyball at Wisconsin. She saw with that injury that there is life outside of volleyball, and she wanted to pursue a career in finance. So now she's here playing volleyball in the regional semifinals. 7
kills, McKella. Just one attack, error hitting 400. Point for Stanford, back on top by 4. Back row attack, Collier.
Wherever Mimi Collier is out on the court, expect Wisconsin to go to her, especially late in sets. And now that she's moved back up to the front line, Kelly Sheffield earlier on telling her to go for the line shot, meaning she's trying to go over right front or around it.
Addie Horner, the freshman, will come on. She was the setter when Furbringer was out with an injury. Horner has been battling an injury. She didn't play in the opening 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. Egan sends it up into the stands. Stanford first and 20 here in the second.
Stanford continuing to put a lot more pressure on Wisconsin, this time on offense, just ripping balls.
Collier, no touch, point Stanford.
Collier trying to swing that high hand shot, just missing a little bit long. Good disciplined block for Stanford.
Good up by Rubin. Rubin and Parks kept it in the air for Stanford, and the Cardinal keep building momentum here in the second. Timeout, Wisconsin.
What a high
Cardinals,
momentum play
so
from
efficient,
Stanford.
Emily, yes.
And a lot of that efficiency is because the defense has really picked up. They're getting better touches up front to try to slow down Wisconsin. And in the backcourt, they're making incredible plays. Elia Rubin shifting over to make a good up right there, putting her setter in a perfect position to run the offense. They get one out of system, and then it's Blashoff with a big throwdown.
Talked about adjustments. Kevin Hambley has been great at making those adjustments. It was all Wisconsin in set 1, but in this second set, we were tied at 13 since that 9-3 run here for Stanford. A Stanford team has never lost to a Wisconsin team, and they have met in the NCAA tournament 4 times before today, including the 2019 National Championship, 2017 Regional Semi, 2016 Regional Final, 2004 Regional Final. Yes, they have spoiled Wisconsin's championship dreams in the past, most notably in that sweep in 2019. Wisconsin out of timeouts. Parks continues to serve for Stanford. 3-0 run for the Cardinal. Great hustle play by Etzler, but she couldn't keep it up. That's one of the rare balls that Stanford has not been able to get to, it feels like, in these last few minutes.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a lot of good touches up front that have led to good transition plays, but a good put down from Collier.
This has been a good play for Stanford. Sayre on the slide gets the kill. Stanford 2 points away from evening up this match.
Stanford is crushing it on the right side of the court. Both middles have done a really nice job off of 1 foot on the slide.
Blashoff just didn't seem comfortable on that serve. She can laugh it off.
A little bit off by the toss.
Furbinger ready for this really soft float serve. Oh, great job. Can Blashoff get it over? Yes. Collier goes long. They say touch on Stanford. Point, Wisconsin.
Awesome hustle play. Defense really laying out for everything. Good up by Parks, and then the chase down from Blashoff.
Parks goes to Rubin. To the middle, Sayre, set point Stanford. Spencer Etzler, who's been putting pressure on teams all season long with this serve. Tipped but down, and Wisconsin fights off a set point.
That'll bring Mimi Collier right there to the backcourt serving. Expect her to be an offensive option still.
Booth. Great job. Reflexes by Rubin, and Stanford sends it over. No stopping Booth this time, and Wisconsin fighting back here in this second set, forcing a Stanford timeout.
You can get Carter Booth once, but you're probably not going to get her twice on a free ball up there. At the height that she's hitting and the efficiency that she hits at this season.
Booth now with 9 kills on 11 swings, error-free at 8-18. While the team's talking over, I can tell you that coming up on Sunday, Women's Hoop will feature old rivals meeting on 1 Eastern on ABC. Baylor and Texas. The Bears ranked 13th. The Longhorns ranked 2nd, undefeated. Madison Booker, the All-American, coming off a triple-double for the Longhorns. That will be in the inaugural Sprouts Farmers Market ESPNW Invitational. Then on ESPN, Joyce Edwards, 3rd-ranked South Carolina, hosting Penn State. That's coming up on Sunday. Mentioned Carter Booth. Let's see what Carter Booth, some of what she's done in the first 2 sets.
Well, it's been all offense for Carter Booth. She's 9 for 11, hitting over 800. Charlie Furbinger is making sure to find Booth wherever she is along the net, and she's taking control, using that 6'7" height and a lot of length to get on top of the ball and hit it straight down.
Booth came in averaging 2 kills a set, hitting .444. Good for top 5 at D1. Tied for 4th, actually. And she's got 9 kills, as we mentioned, so far here today. So Stanford takes a timeout. Wisconsin on a 4-1 run right now to fight off a couple of set points. Set point number 3 coming up for the Cardinals as Collier heads back to serve. Kelly Sheffield comes over to give a last bit of instruction to Carter Booth before Collier serves. Tipped and up. Trinity Shad-Series on the court right now for Wisconsin. The swing by Rubin puts away set number 2. Great response by the Cardinal after dropping set 1.
Really great response. The service pressure picked up, which was a massive point score for Stanford with 3 aces, and the offense looked even more clean, more crisp. Parks getting her attackers in awesome positions while keeping things balanced. All attackers, 4 or more kills for the Cardinal right now.
We did not think this was going to be a sweep.
No.
We expected a heavyweight fight, and early indications are we've got one. Here is Kevin Hambley with McKellar.
Coach, it's an offensive slugfest. What were the biggest adjustments made in set 2 to come out on top?
Well, we passed a lot better. Well, I think the first thing, we just calmed down. Like, we were pretty anxious, pretty nervous, and you could see that we didn't feel like ourselves. And we weren't creating enough swings. I think we hit 380 or something, but we didn't create enough swings because we weren't defending. And a lot of that was just nerves, and we weren't passing. A lot of that was nerves. And then we started to calm down a little bit, looked like ourselves. We're now attacking from the service line, doing a much better job of passing and creating some offense out there. And then we're turning some top balls in transition. We talked about that this could be like this, you know. I'm not surprised by the numbers because I think both these teams are very good offensively. It's going to be like who could create the most swings, who could take care of the ball when it matters, who can serve and pass.
Thanks so much, Coach.
So far, Wisconsin 62 swings, Stanford 54 swings. Both coaches talked about this being a slugfest, and that's what we have so far. Wisconsin and Stanford even at a set apiece as we head to the third, but right now, let's head to the studio. Welcome back to Austin, Texas, regional semifinal here in Austin. It's Wisconsin and Stanford even at a set apiece as we get ready for set number 3. Just a moment ago, Michaela Chester talked to Wisconsin head coach Kelly Sheffield.
Coach, hitting over 500 still despite the set 2 loss. What's going to make the difference in a match like this?
Yeah, it's extraordinary hitting percentage. We're at 500. I think they're at 444. You don't see that too often. So both teams are under a lot of pressure offensively. Both teams are serving really, really aggressively. We gave them a couple points away on a reception. That's going to happen with some of them. It's what we thought it was going to be, a great battle.
How about Carter Booth hitting pretty well?
She is. She's a pretty good player. We're going to need her even more. I mean, I would if we can get her the ball a lot, that means we're passing the ball pretty well against an excellent serving team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So Booth with 9 kills, Collier with 16. Those two have more than any other player for Stanford, and that's part of Stanford's success. They've got great balance, Emily.
Stanford has done a really good job distributing the offense really well. Logan Parks is making sure to get every attacker involved. All 5 starting attackers right now between 4 and 7 kills. The offense has been unpredictable. That's made it really hard for Wisconsin to defend.
And Wisconsin hitting 500 through 2 sets. You would assume that they had 2 blowout set wins, but that is not the case.
Yeah, this is going to be an offensive slugfest coming in. We knew that. It's going to come down to who's going to make bigger defensive plays when it matters.
Third set is underway. And Stanford gives the first point up to the slide by Andrew for Wisconsin.
Charlie Furbringer continuing to try to get the middle involved when that pass is good.
Simon serves for the Badgers. Lashoff. Collier's got another kill.
Big shot for Mimi Collier. She's done a really good job looking to see where the blockers are and just going right in between them this time through that seam.
Great job by Parks to control that spinning ball and set it up, and Stanford gets the kill.
And to Kevin Hamley's point, Stanford just looks a lot more comfortable out there, especially with how young this team is. They're the youngest team in all power conference. So none of them have really been in these kind of moments.
That's tight at the net. Great shot by Simon. Simon can't hit that one from Harvey, and Stanford is tied at 2.
Jordan Harvey done a really nice job when that set isn't perfect, knowing where to place a really good tip or throw.
Lashoff with a service error. That's the 5th for Stanford. 5 also for Wisconsin. Furbringer. Rubin denied. That's the first block of the match for Wisconsin.
Took them through 2 sets to get to this point. Wisconsin has been known for their blocking over the last few seasons, and this year is no different. They've been so good up at the net. That defense has to turn on if they want to slow down Stanford right now, who's hitting over 400 on the match.
Egan and Booth with the block. Rubin off the mark. Another point for Wisconsin. Up 3 early. There's a block for Stanford, their third of the match.
And Stanford has done a better job of defending Collier as the match has gone on, trying to take away her cross-court shot. Collier might want to try to hit that line shot that Sheffield was talking about earlier on in set 2.
Furbringer and Booth connect again. 37 assists for Charlie Furbringer.
Yeah, Furbringer is dishing this offense out beautifully, especially when she's getting good passes like that one that was right up at the net. Makes it really easy for her to know who to set and where to go with it.
Furbringer had 18 of her 43 assists in that third set against North Carolina in the sweep. Round 2. That one comes back over, and Wisconsin committed to dialing up the defense. Oh, no point Stanford here. Wisconsin on the protest.
Called in the net. Looked like coming down off of that play. The jersey just caught the net a little bit. Kelly Sheffield trying to get a little bit of clarification.
Haley Kimura, our R2.
Here's a look at that. Yeah, just that slight clip from Vajagic in the jersey.
Blocked out of play. Wisconsin gets the point.
And a big swing right away to silence that momentum.
Wardlow. Rubin kept it up. Vajagic. Rubin got there again. Furbringer got an arm on it, but it ends up in the stands. Point for the Cardinal.
The middles for Stanford are working so hard to get off the net and be available for their setter. Lizzie Andrew right now, she's 7 for 7, hitting 1,000.
Her sister Allie is 4 for 5, hitting 800. Sisters playing well in this head-to-head matchup with a spot in the regional final on the line. Whistle. Wisconsin was in the net. Give the point to Stanford, and a great point. Great fight by the Cardinal.
When you win a long rally point like that, it gives your team so much momentum. Wisconsin just getting a little bit undisciplined blocking at the net.
again down the line, but missed the mark, and Stanford has tied it at 7 here in the third.
Stanford getting right back in this with good service pressure.
That's what helped them win set 2, 25-21, after losing set 1, 25-17. That's her 8th kill.
It's a big kill from Vajagic. This ball fast tempo outside. She beats the blockers in.
That's long. Point for Wisconsin. Stanford says there was a touch, and Kevin Hambley grabs the green challenge card, and we'll have a video review.
Stanford is challenging block touch.
So for the moment, point Wisconsin. Wasn't touched by Wisconsin.
Difficult to tell from this angle. Looking at the left hand, the outside, Vajagic. Based on this angle, I don't see a touch, but it has to be indisputable. That's a really good look. From there, it looks clear over.
Blow it up a little bit more. Looks like it's over the hands.
After review, the call is confirmed. Stanford loses their challenge.
So Stanford with 1 challenge remaining through the 4th set. Wisconsin with both their challenges in hand. As the Badgers serve up 2. That was really tight at the net. I think the only option Parks had was to go over with it, and she delivered.
And even when that ball isn't so tight to the net, Parks does a really nice job knowing where the defense is set up. If she has a blocker going up with her, it's smart about when to take it over.
Vajagic diving for it. And there's the whistle. Looked like it was down. And the point for Wisconsin.
We've got a back and forth battle, this one. Harvey almost with the pancake, but not quite.
Sayre off the net, that drops in, and it's a point for the Cardinal.
Wisconsin's got to defend that slide attack better, whether it's Sayre or Andrew going behind the setter. Those left side blockers haven't done a great job of tracking where they're taking off.
Allie Andrew.
5 for 6 already tonight. Anytime Furbringer can get the middle going, that attack has been so effective.
Flash off the touch. Point for the Cardinal.
Nice precision from Blashoff. Going right at the top of the hands, Charlie Furbringer to send it off.
Good serve by Blashoff. Parks looks for Rubin. Back this time for Harvey, diving play. But Egan couldn't keep it up, and Stanford has tied it at 11.
The biggest offensive adjustment Stanford has made is varying up their shots. They haven't been hitting the same shot every time, varying up if they're going off speed or hard grip.
Collier can't get through the Stanford block. Harvey and Sayre team up at the net.
Big block up front for Stanford. Done a much better job of controlling Mimi Collier during this set. She only has 1 total kill in set 3.
Collier tries again. Missed the mark. Stanford up by 2. 4-0 run for the Cardinal. Blashoff, excellent with the serve. Furbringer, center gets the kill.
Such a smart decision from Furbringer, and she disguised it so well. When she's in the air, it looks like she's going to set up until the last second, but she throws it down.
That gives her 10 kills in the NCAA tournament in 3 matches. Back to serve with her team down 1. Collier. 18 kills now for Mimi Collier.
Feels like we're back on this seesaw. Wisconsin's able to score, Stanford able to score. A lot of offense coming at it.
Furbringer again, her serve limited after suffering a shoulder injury in October. Couldn't get that one up in the air, and Stanford answers right back.
Stanford again doing a better job of hitting into spaces that are more difficult to defend for Wisconsin. That time Harvey, sharp cross court.
Stanford siding out at a 63% clip, Wisconsin 66%. Egan. That is off the mark. It will give a point to Stanford. It gets us to a media timeout. It's tight in the 3rd set, even at a set apiece in Austin. Eamon, what stands out to you?
And the biggest thing is Stanford's ability to limit Wisconsin's offense, and then Stanford continuing that balance as well.
Parks kept it up. Battle at the net, sent back by Wisconsin. Blashoff couldn't keep it up in the air, and Wisconsin gets the timeout. The point, rather, out of the media timeout.
A really good answer for Wisconsin, coming right out of that with a new fire.
Winner plays Texas on Sunday. The Longhorns swept the Hoosiers, hitting .374. Tori Stafford had 19 kills, hit .679 without an error in the sweep. Will it be Stanford or Wisconsin? That's a point for Stanford. Put the Cardinal up by 2.
Elia Rubin continuing to find ways to get kills. That go-to attacker for Stanford typically. But it's been so balanced tonight, they haven't needed Rubin to go off.
Rubin comes through with that swing. Her 8th kill. 14 kills, 10 digs in the win against Arizona in round 2. Had a double-double in round 1. 10 kills, 13 digs. Can't add to her total there, and Booth answers back. 12 kills on 15 swings for Carter Booth.
How about Vajic digging in defensively on that overpass? It's so scary when your opponent is going up with a wide open net and swings at you. Vajic ate that one up.
Trinity Shad-Series, sophomore from Ontario, will come back on for Wisconsin. And an ace for the Badgers. That's their 3rd.
Every time Natalie Wardlow steps back on the service line, if you're a passer, you have to be locked in even more because of the tempo and the pace that she hits this ball at.
I think it clipped Rubin, so another ace for Wardlow.
The ball gets on you so fast coming off of Wardlow's hands. Even if you want to let it go, it's difficult to get out in time because it's hit so hard.
And it's like a knuckleball. You don't know where it's going to go. That one drops out and make it 3 in a row. Timeout, Stanford. Freshman Natalie Wardlow on a run. So Wardlow, the freshman, coming up with 3 straight aces, forcing a Stanford timeout. And the quarterback for this Wisconsin team, directing the offense, has helped Wisconsin to this lead. Carter Booth, one of the co-captains for this Wisconsin team, along with Charlie Furbringer. McKella.
Yeah, sophomore setter Charlie Furbringer has made huge strides in just her second year, and her unique relationship with setter coach Lauren Carlini has been a big part of that. Furbringer says Carlini taught her what it truly means to be a setter, selfless, in control of the team. And Furbringer, like you mentioned, Eric, is a rare sophomore captain, which head coach Kelly Sheffield said he's only had 4 times. Carlini was one of them. And even with missing a large portion of this season with her dislocated shoulder, she stayed engaged. She led film sessions. She was the most commented player on Volleymetrics. And Sheffield said she puts her hitters in good positions over and over again. So another prolific setter at Wisconsin, and how cool is this? Carlini plays pro for League One Madison, coached by none other than Charlie's dad, Matt Furbringer.
It's easy to do well when you're learning from the best, and having an Olympic silver medalist as your coach from the USA team just definitely helps Carlini on that bench and the style of this offense develop.
Just think too about her parents. Mom Joy, longtime coach, played at Long Beach State. McKella just mentioned dad. So she's been around it her whole life. And she plays with that maturity that she has been playing at an elite level for a long time. Lizzie Andrew off hands, that drops in, so Stanford gets the point. So the ace run ends at 3 for Wardlow, and we're tied at 18.
And Stanford is really exploiting Wisconsin's outside block, this time with Vigic up front. Expect Stanford to continue to hit the right side of the court with Andrew on the slide.
Rubin serve, sails long. 6 service errors for Stanford. Here's Egan, team leader this season in aces for Wisconsin. Blashoff off the hands, point Stanford.
Big swing from Blashoff. He's done a nice job today going for the high hand shot right off of Furbringer's fingertips.
Coco Kirsch, serve specialist for Stanford, is on. 7 ties, 2 lead changes in this tight third set. That wasn't what Wisconsin had drawn up, but it worked out for the Badgers.
This is such an impressive play because Allie Andrew has to make such a long approach into this ball. It's difficult to have that kind of rhythm going in all the way from the left side of the court.
Addie Horner back on to serve. Blashoff. That's out of play. Give the point to Stanford.
Blashoff again going right off the blocker's hands. Furbringer needs to do a better job getting low and over quickly so she can't go off of it.
Even at 20 in the third, even at a set apiece in this regional semifinal. Overpass, Blashoff. Collier rolls it. Furbringer tried to keep it in play. They say the point for Stanford. Furbringer wants a challenge. Sheffield getting an explanation, and he will go to the green challenge card. And he will go what is the new school holding up the C, which doesn't count here in the NCAA tournament, so he had the green card up too.
Wisconsin is challenging that there is no net.
So was the call in real
Or that
time?
it was outside the antenna.
Yes.
Okay, that's the confirmation I was looking for. I didn't think it was Furbringer in the net, but the antenna is in play here.
So what Furbringer did was she actually ran into the ref stand. It did not look as though she hit the net, and that would be a clean play for Wisconsin. So based on what we saw out on the court, I would assume this is a replay, because no team would be awarded the point since it was mid-rally. And if she did hit the net,
well, that's
was it out?
there.
Yeah, was it outside the antenna or was it on the antenna? Because antenna would mean that it would be Stanford's point.
After review, the call is confirmed. Wisconsin loses their challenge.
So that leaves Wisconsin with one challenge. Stanford has one challenge. Yeah, it was Berbinger with the hand right on the antenna.
It's hand right on the antenna. If that's outside the antenna, that's clean, but inside the antenna or on the antenna means point for the other team.
So one challenge remaining for each team. Marks trying to get there, but couldn't keep it into play. And a point for Wisconsin. We're tied again.
Off the pass kill. Kelly Sheffield loves it. It's a libero kill, come on.
One of the things yesterday being at practice for both teams, coaches, us, everybody here. Here's another ace. Wisconsin dialing up the pressure with the serve. Is how much everyone was just looking forward to how great this match promised to be. And it is not disappointed so far. Timeout, Stanford, lead Wisconsin.
This match was everything that we hoped that it would be. A back and forth battle as close as it gets with two of the best offenses in the country going at it point for point.
So the timeout called by Stanford, that is their second and final timeout of this third set with Wisconsin up by one. Regional semifinal round started yesterday with Creighton and Kentucky and Pitt and Purdue picking up victories. Austin and Lexington regionals map out this way. Texas, as we mentioned before, with the sweep of Indiana earlier here at Gregory Gymnasium. Kentucky and Creighton will meet tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. For Kentucky, if they win, they'll make it to a national semifinal for a second time in program history. We all know what happened the first time. They won it all. For Creighton, they have never won a regional, looking to get to a national semifinal for a first time. And the roads for these four regional sites leading to one place, and that's Kansas City on Thursday.
It's crazy thinking about the field as a whole because there are, feels like 8 teams right now that could legitimately win a national title. And we're looking at 2 of them right now, Wisconsin and Stanford, that absolutely have the pieces to go all the way and win it all.
Out of the Stanford timeouts. Wisconsin with the serve. Collier drops it in.
You have to know where Mimi Collier is at all times if you're in the red zone from point 20 on for Wisconsin. She is like a ball magnet in these situations.
Stanford led 21-20, but 3 straight points for the Badgers. Well done by Harvey to work it over the net to end the run.
That'll bring Elia Rubin back to the front line. So Stanford with great offensive options right now. Harvey, Sayer, and Rubin up front.
Booth off the slide. Point Wisconsin. Set point Badgers. Berbinger serving for the set. That's going to be tight at the net, and it drops down on Wisconsin's side of the net, so Stanford fights off a set point.
That was a one-handed block from Elia Rubin. Talk about a big play at a massive time for the senior.
Set point number 2. Here's Etzler for Stanford. Egan hangs in the air, drops it down perfectly, and Wisconsin wins set 3. 25-23. Badgers win the sets. We head to set 4 in this regional semifinal showdown in Austin. Set 1 to Wisconsin, set 2 to Stanford, set 3 to Wisconsin. The battle continues.
You can't go far in this tournament without having at least one aircraft carrier. And she is that. And we've been fortunate to have some in the past. She's as good as anybody we have had. And every team right now that's still available has somebody like that. You have to have somebody like that.
Aircraft carrier is a high compliment for Kelly Sheffield when talking about Mimi Collier.
That's exactly what Mimi Collier is. She does it consistently. She's averaging over 5 kills a set on the season, and she's doing it efficiently. What makes Collier special, too, is that she does it in the biggest moments. Anytime where her team needs her to rise to the occasion, she does it.
Collier with the 19 kills, hitting .333, and she and her Wisconsin teammates 1 set away from a regional final matchup against Texas. Michaela.
And when Mimi Collier entered the transfer portal ahead of this season, she committed to Wisconsin in record time. She told me she got on FaceTime with Kelly Sheffield immediately. It was her first call, and she committed on the spot within 10 minutes. She got a great vibe from Kelly and knew this was the place she wanted to spend her career and her final season.
Charlie Furbringer channeling her Mimi Collier to get the first point of this 4th set. But Stanford has been given the point here, and Kelly Sheffield wants an explanation. I thought it was a clean play by Furbringer, but apparently not, and it's going to be a challenge here from Kelly Sheffield. Let's get the call.
Wisconsin is challenging that there was no net.
So a net violation was called on Wisconsin. I didn't see it in real time. This was an unsuccessful challenge, something similar to this short time ago in set 3. Okay, was Wisconsin in the net?
Did Furbringer follow through? Yes, she did. Just that clip on the top of the tape with her hand.
So if this is an unsuccessful challenge, Wisconsin will be out of challenges for the remainder of this 4th set. If we go to a 5th set, they will get 1 challenge for the 5th. Charlie Furbringer, the DJ for this Wisconsin team, singing along on the court right now, showing the vocal strength.
After review, the call is reversed. There was no net. Wisconsin maintains their challenge.
So they say no net. They must interpret it that the ball made contact with the net.
Sure.
You disagree, Emily?
I disagree, but that's okay. That's why I'm up here, not down there.
So a successful challenge. Is this ball? Looks like the hands.
Yeah, the ball definitely hits the net.
So a successful challenge by Wisconsin. That's lost out of play. Last touch by Wisconsin, so Stanford gets the point.
Another good answer right out of that longer challenge for Stanford to put Parks on the back line.
Service error number 7 for the Cardinal. That's 20.
Big swing for Mimi Collier. Good play. Furbringer pushing the tempo so Collier can rip that inside.
12th time she's gone for 20 or more kills this season. Followed up by a Wisconsin service error. Blashoff back to serve. That's long. Service error for Stanford, number 8.
Massive for Wisconsin to get Blashoff off the service line because she has the ability to go off for 4 or 5 point runs.
Parks sets up Rubin.
Swing with authority from Elia Rubin. Just a little seam in the block and the precision from Elia to go right through it with power.
Rubin up to 9 kills. Egan, who closed out set 3 with a kill. Block! Carter Booth!
The block for Wisconsin has not been great today. That's just the Badgers' second block of the entire match. Coming at a crucial time, though, trying to slow down Stanford momentum.
Wisconsin gets the point.
In that rotation, Logan Parks is a back row setter, so she can't go up and take this over the plane of the net, or on her side rather, but above the net and over.
Good serve by Collier. Rubin leans into it, but a point for Wisconsin. And an early timeout called by Kevin Hambley for the Cardinal. Wisconsin up 2 sets to 1 and in early control here in set 4. Back in Austin, Texas. Texas Longhorns have advanced to the regional final. Which team will join them for the Sunday showdown here at Gregory Gym? Wisconsin has the edge right now, up 2 sets to 1. 7-3 here in set 4, and a huge edge so far when it comes to hitting here in the 4th.
There's only been 10 total points scored, but Stanford really struggling to find the floor, airing themselves out of the set so far.
Wisconsin dominated that first set 25-17. It's been tight since then until this point. Stanford out of that Stanford timeout getting the point to end the 3-0 run for Wisconsin.
One of the biggest reasons Stanford's offense hasn't been able to click this set has been the passes have been too tight to the net. Parks is not able to get good balls with one hand.
Vajagic with the kill.
Big swing from Vajagic. Cross court, that's where the outsides, both her and Collier, have a lot of success so far this match, barreling it inside the block.
3 Wisconsin players in double digits with kills. Collier with 20, Booth with 13, and now Vajagic with 10. On the slide, Wisconsin a chance to add to their lead. Point for the Cardinal.
Stanford tries to claw their way back in this set, and in this match down 2-1, they're going to rely on their heavy hitters. That has been Elia Rubin for 4 straight seasons.
Blashoff with 11 kills, Rubin with 11 kills. Back row attack, Collier.
Great run from Collier. Wisconsin's been going away from the back row attack because Stanford's been defending it well. This was a great time to reestablish that and test the block.
Collier just so good out of the back row. Dangerous wherever she is on the court. That's a service error for Wisconsin. Stanford will take points however they can get them right now, trying to stay alive here in set 4. Coco Kirsch back on the serve for the Cardinal. Off the touch, point Wisconsin.
Such good range from Una Vigic on these swings. Having trouble getting through the block cross court and then sends it long, almost like a serve going at fingertips to send it off for the point.
Egan tried it, but the Stanford block was ready.
Really great reads for Stanford on that play, getting multiple blockers up in the same position to not allow a seam to hit through.
Flash off. Missed the connection, but Kevin Hambley grabs the challenge card quickly, thinking there was a touch.
Stanford's challenging that there was a block touch.
A lot of confidence on the Stanford side, and you can see why.
Yeah.
That's off of Alejandro, and this will be a successful challenge for the Cardinal.
Yeah, that left index finger off of Andrew.
After review, the call is reversed. Stanford retains their challenge.
So Logan Parks will stay on the line. Each team with a challenge remaining here in this fourth set. Furbringer, a little miscommunication. Vigic wasn't ready for it. Mistake by Wisconsin, point for Stanford, and the Cardinal within one.
Yeah, miscommunication on what route Alejandro was running in the middle. Furbringer thinking she's going to slide behind the setter, but Andrew running a ball in front.
So 3-0 run right now for the Cardinal as Parks trying to turn things Stanford's way with a strong serve. That'll be a point for Wisconsin.
That's a much better connection on the slide attack. Just that slight communication between setter and hitter to be on the same page constantly. It's something Furbringer does so well. Really shows off that leadership at such a young age.
52 assists now for Furbringer. Violation by Stanford, and Wisconsin picks up a point. So after that Stanford 3-0 run, Wisconsin has punched back in this slugfest between Stanford and the Badgers. The winner plays for a spot in Kansas City against Texas Sunday. That's over. Here's Collier. Blashoff got it in.
Really good defensive play in the backcourt. Stanford libero, a freshman, Spencer Etzler, eats this one up to allow that offense to run. Really good play.
12-10 Wisconsin, and Blashoff, as Emily has mentioned, can go on a run with the serve. Let's see if she can get it going for Stanford now. Good read by Parks to let it go out of play, and Stanford gets the point.
And all of a sudden, Stanford is right back in this set after being down 10-6. They're on a great run.
Rubin off hands, point Stanford, and we are tied at 12.
Big players make big plays, and here's Elia Rubin out of system. Big double block in front of her, still finds a way to score around it.
Another 3-0 run for the Cardinal. Another good serve. There was no touch, so Stanford gets the point. It's a 4-0 run now for Stanford and a timeout called by Wisconsin. 7-2 edge for Stanford since that 10-6 lead that you mentioned for Wisconsin. We have also talked about how young overall the Stanford team is, but without question, their veteran, their leader is Elia Rubin.
So I played basketball for a good portion of my life. There were two things that kind of turned me away from basketball. The first one was I really didn't like the jerseys, so I would wear like my volleyball spandex to basketball practice, and I remember my mom was like, that's not how it works. I didn't really like that. But then the final straw was the last tournament I ever played in. There was finally a girl that was taller than me, and for the full 45 minutes, I was just getting elbowed into my shoulder the whole time. And I got in the car and I was like, that's it. Like, only volleyball, get the net between the teammates. Like, I can't do it. So yeah, that was the end for me.
Elia Rubin is far and beyond the biggest leader on this Stanford team, and not just a player leader. She is an extension of the coaching staff. Head coach Kevin Hambley said he views her as a partner on the court. There are times where he is about to say something and Ella is always one step ahead. I see this firsthand in every single huddle. He said she is so special, one of the best players he's ever been around, with her natural ability to lead and hold players accountable. If Elia tells the team something, they believe it, and it's special. She's been able to maintain her friendship with the team while being such a big voice and leader.
That leadership and overall competitiveness is why Elia Rubin has established herself as one of the best outsides in the country year after year, especially late in a match when her team is down 2-1. They're going to rely on her more than ever.
4-0 run for Stanford. They're in front after falling behind 10-6 here in the fourth. Flash off with the serve. Collier denied. Booth set back but out of play. Point Wisconsin, that ends the run.
It's a really big answer right there for the Badgers out of the timeout. Carter Booth has been so effective for Wisconsin tonight. Still no errors, 14 kills on 18 swings. Any chance they can to get her the ball, they should.
14 kills is a new season high. It matches her career high. That's how good she's been here in this regional semifinal. Berbringer with the service error. That's number 8 for the Badgers. That puts Stanford back in front. Collier. That's career kill number 2,000 for Mimi Collier.
The way that Mimi Collier is able to take over matches and the way that she does consistently is why she's one of the best in the country.
23 in this match. Free ball, Wisconsin. Trying to go back in front. Collier from the back. Another kill.
Wisconsin really utilizing Collier from the back row, something they went away from in set 2 and set 3, but they've reestablished it here, and it's been very effective so far, Wisconsin's offense.
Bayagich off hands, it drops in, and Wisconsin answers right back after falling behind.
Another big kill from Bayagich. Wisconsin's offense continuing to fire, even with Collier in the back row.
Off the touch, kill for Rubin. That's her 13th point, Stanford.
Big kill from Rubin, and that'll send a really good server back there on the back line in Jordan Harvey.
Rubin, was there a touch? There was not. Point Badgers.
Ruben's done such a good job of swinging and scoring off of high hands tonight. Expect her to continue to work that, especially late.
Here comes Natalie Wardlow, who had 3 straight aces in the third set that put Wisconsin on top, a set that the Badgers won 25-23. Another good one. Handled by Stanford. On the slide, it's a kill for Lizzie Andrew. We talked about the Andrew sisters going head-to-head. That's kill number 10 for Lizzie. Allie has 7 on 9 swings.
Mom and Dad got to be pretty happy, huh?
They look conflicted.
They look stressed.
They look conflicted. That sails long, and Wisconsin is up by 2 in the fourth. If they win this set, the match is over, and they'll play Texas on Sunday.
Wisconsin will put in a bigger blocking sub, Trinity Shad series, who can sky through the gym, trying to provide a little bit of extra height on the outside.
Point Stanford.
Serve error for Wisconsin. Number 9, 18-17. Kirsch comes on the serve.
In these rotations for Wisconsin, Furbringer front row, they only have 2 front court options, as well as Egan and Collier in the back row.
Bajagic.
Badgers closing in on the red zone from point 20 onward. They've been so good this season. It's been a team effort to get it done here in the fourth set.
Bajagic now with 13 kills, just 1 attack error, hitting .444 today. Double-digit kills for an 8th time in the last 9 matches, and she has 4 kills this set. Blashoff drops it in. She's been outstanding. A team-high 14 kills, just 1 attack error for Julia Blashoff.
With all the balance that we've seen from Stanford today, here in this fourth set, they have been really reliant on the left sides, who've been delivering.
Parks, she's got an effective serve, and she serves up an ace to tie it at 19.
Big serve from a freshman on the back line. That's the mindset that you need to have back there in this kind of moment with your back against the wall in attack mode.
Will miss the mark. 5 of the last 7 national championships in volleyball won by teams in this region. 2 belong to Stanford, 1 to Wisconsin. This has had the feel of a championship, national championship match from the start. Wisconsin, the first team to 20 in this fourth set. Collier. Takes advantage and puts it down. Her 25th kill. Timeout Stanford.
Collier completely locked in right now in the moment when Wisconsin needs her to be most. Every play you can tell she's going up being more aggressive every single time.
That's been her mindset since the moment she stepped on campus at the University of Oregon. The ABCA National Freshman of the Year, had 26 kills against Nebraska in the regional semifinal round. She's got 25 kills as a senior for Wisconsin in the regional semifinal round.
And just taking complete control of the net up front. Wisconsin's net presence hasn't been great tonight so far. They've only had 2 total blocks, but on a miscue, kind of a miss set for Stanford, she capitalizes. She's going up to be so intentional.
Sheffield takes a knee in front of the Wisconsin bench. His team 4 points away from a meeting with Texas in the regional final here Sunday. at Gregory Gym. On the other side, Stanford already on the court, ready to go here, down by 2. Michaela.
Yeah, that meeting was super quick for Stanford, and it was mostly Elia Rubin hyping up her team with her season on the line, saying, I need everything you can possibly give right now. Let's do this for each other. And Kevin Hambley came in and said, I'm confident that we are the better team. You just need to go out there and prove it.
The season, and for Elia, her college career on the line right now. Stanford out of timeouts, Wisconsin with 1 timeout remaining, each team with 1 challenge remaining as we play the 4th set. Parks with a one-hand set. Blashoff. Collier, another one. Great job by Egan to keep it alive for Wisconsin.
The defensive intensity so picked up for Wisconsin. Grace Egan, the opposite, making big plays in the back row to keep these balls alive and turn them.
3-0 run for Wisconsin. 3 points away from a win. But a service error will give the point to Stanford. And look who's heading back to serve for Stanford.
And a really good front line for the Cardinal and Ruben, Sayer, and Harvey.
And Blashoff, good server back there right now. Just clear. Did Furbringer get it in? The officials say yes. Point Wisconsin. Stanford will challenge.
Stanford is challenging that ball was out.
Did it catch just a centimeter of the line?
From this angle, it looks as though it does, yes. Seen it live, it looked like it did. Thought that was a really good call from the up judge. And a gutsy play from Charlie Furbringer in this kind of moment to go up and take it over on 2.
After review, the call is confirmed. Stanford loses their challenge.
It was worth a try. We're late in the set. You burn your last challenge. If Stanford comes back and wins this set, they'll get a challenge for the 5th set. So you had to do it, and it was that close when we saw it on replay. Wisconsin up by 3, 2 points away from winning the match. Furbringer. Rubin not done yet. She gets the kill, her 14th.
Expect Logan Parks to continue to feed Elia Rubin on the outside in this moment.
Point. It wasn't a long one, but there was a lot happening right above the net, and Stanford gets it.
Stanford is digging in, even with a slight hesitation. You thought Wisconsin had the advantage, but Elia Rubin shows up big again.
Forcing a Wisconsin timeout here in set 4.
Gotta take a breath after that one. Everything about that point told you it was going to go in Wisconsin's favor. With that hesitation, you never see teams win the point after that. But with a player like Elia Rubin right there who's trying to lead this team, if the ball is in her hands, she's going to do something special with it.
The winner to take on Texas Sunday here at Gregory Gym. Texas with a sweep of Indiana earlier today. Stanford was just down 23-20. Wisconsin uses their final timeout. Up 2-1. Wisconsin took set 1, 25-17. Mimi Collier had 9 kills in that set. Stanford turned up the service pressure in set 2, won 25-21. Stanford led 21-20 in the 3rd set, but Wisconsin closed strong to win 25-23. And Wisconsin trying to close out the match right now. 23-22, Wisconsin with Stanford serving.
with the ball in Stanford's hands right now, the biggest key is to know exactly where Mimi Collier is out on the court, because all focus needs to be on her.
There is Collier. Wisconsin's huddle, McKellen.
That huddle was all Charlie Furbringer, and she has been trying to find her voice and show her leadership, and I saw it right there. She went to every single one of their hitters and grabbed their hands and said, "We've got this, let's win it here." It's something her dad told her before this match. She needs to show more that she trusts her teammates and believes in them.
Here is Furbringer. Here is Collier. Match point, Wisconsin. Wisconsin will play in the regional final against Texas. Wisconsin plays on Mimi Collier, 27 kills. It will be the Badgers and the Longhorns Sunday. Network and time to be announced after today's play in Lincoln. And on the other side, the season ends for what is overall a young Stanford team with one notable exception. Senior Elia Rubin, All-American, huddling up with her team for a final time on the court, capping off a remarkable career for the Cardinal.
What a season for Stanford to have, and a player like Elia Rubin, who has led this team for 4 straight years. She needs to be so proud of what she's done to build this team up.
It's Wisconsin playing on. Elia trying to fight back the tears, and one final breakdown in the huddle for her and her Stanford teammates. McKella's on the floor with Charlie Furbringer and Mimi Collier.
Charlie and Mimi, congratulations. Mimi, you transferred to this program for your last season. You're now advancing to the regional finals. What are your emotions and feelings in this moment to stay alive?
Yeah, I just absolutely love playing with this group of girls. We have so much fun playing together. I think in this match we knew it was going to be a dogfight. We really played together. We were able to pull out that win.
Charlie, this team hit over 400. The offense was firing on all cylinders. What makes this offense so dangerous?
Our serve and pass. I mean, we just do such a good job. And shout out to our coaches who are absolutely insane. They come up with all of our scout, and I just stick to it, and we execute. So it's been awesome.
Getting another chance at Texas in the regional final. How is this team different from the first time you faced them? I'll ask you both.
I just think, again, we're firing on all cylinders. Charlie's done such a great job getting everyone involved. I think our passers have done so good getting her in system. And I just think we're really excited for this fight come Sunday.
Yeah, we're just way more connected than we were at the beginning of the year. You saw that fight in the third set of us being down a little and still sticking together. I don't think we would have done that at the beginning of the year. So,
well, Charlie and Mimi, congratulations. We'll see you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Mimi Collier had 9 kills in the first set, 8 kills in the fourth set, 27 total to lead Wisconsin to the victory over Stanford. Wisconsin and Texas did meet August 31st in the opening Spike Classic, and that was a sweep for Texas. The rematch is coming on Sunday. Wisconsin and Texas winners in Austin today. For Emily Eman, Michaela Chester, and our crew, I'm Eric Free. Time for SportsCenter.